My friends, what's up? I want to jump in here, do a real quick AMC update video. If you haven't done so already, please follow me on Twitter, Colin_Gladman. Super close to 24,000 followers. Thank you very much if you are following me both on YouTube and on Twitter. Easiest way to get updates if I see news, if I see anything going on that I think is important. You can shoot me a DM, all that good stuff. Also, too, you guys know the deal. Nothing I'm giving you is financial advice. Everything I'm doing is for educational purposes. So that way you can become an awesome trader and not a bag holder. That is not the goal. The goal is to make money, not lose money. So that is what my channel, my content is all about. I asked my Discord this evening what kind of video they wanted to see, and it was overwhelmingly a vote for an AMC technical update, so that's what we're going to do. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel, all that good YouTube stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight is going to be SPY. So SPY is coming up on kind of that mega bear trend line, okay, which is going to be right around 433 or so, 434, right in that ballpark. And we could definitely be testing it here in the next day or so. Now, I am a little, both cautious, anxious, however you want to look at it, because I'll be honest, I don't really know exactly what I think is going to happen. My personal opinion on it is I'm actually getting a little bit more bullish than I was bearish on it, for a very simple fact that, so much about, retail and everything like that still seems they're very bearish on, the overall market. Everybody's been predicting a market crash, all that kind of stuff. And the reality is I've tweeted multiple times about this. It's just, when is the last time you saw retail, accurately predict a market crash? So we are getting to some serious resistance though, right in here. So a push above this, but the reality is kind of right in here, when it really saw that big push down. So up at about 450 or so, that could be a next, real big test. So if we were, coming across right here, these are just going to be some levels. And you could view this as it's kind of going through an accumulation, so it could kind of, continue to make those J shapes up. But, we've pushed up on lower volume. However, crossing this, this big bear trend line, that's when I really want to see the volume step up. If you guys have followed me for any length of time, I've always talked about how there's just really certain key levels that are super important as far as when does the volume actually show up. And so for me, this big bear trend line, pretty much where we currently are, the big bear trend line, and then up at about 450 are all going to be some key areas. We start breaking this big bear trend line right here, and all of retail becomes euphoric, and yay, downside's over, bear market's over, nothing but clear skies and blue skies ahead, and you know how they always say it. And then we get up here to about 450, and then that's when we get smacked down. So it's going to be interesting. If we do break this and kind of keep creeping up towards 450 and the volume stays really low, then that's where I'm going to start being more bearish than bullish. So that's just kind of a look, sort of what I'm seeing as far as overall market goes. Now, like I've also already said before, when it comes to AMC, it really hasn't been tracking, too much of the overall market. It has, it's definitely, there's days where it does, but there's definitely days where it's been moving up and SPY has not. So obviously, like I said, right here from a SPY standpoint, we're obviously at a point of resistance. It'll be interesting to see over the next couple days if it can break through that like 435 range. And like I said, once we get out of that 435 and then we see a retest and then start pushing back up, like I said, you're really going to want to see the volume pick up. Over here on GameStop, it has broken out of its big bear trend, and it's just kind of retesting the top of it here slowly, just kind of slowly falling. In fact, based off of those candles, I wouldn't be surprised if I can get in here. Yeah, so it is just pretty much trading sideways. I figured with the way those candles were looking, this was going to kind of make a falling wedge. And you could kind of, you could certainly make the argument that we're kind of doing one of these, right in here, something like that. So it could kind of keep bouncing off of this channel. But I mean, I definitely want to see some action coming out of GameStop here relatively quickly. Obviously, that's going to help AMC. Once again, you go back here to the daily. I mean, you can just see, sorry, I got the RSI a little big there. But you can see it's just kind of slowly dropping. And where's my volume at? That's weird. Oh well. But you know, it's just kind of been slowly dropping, real low volume. So I would like to see a big move to the upside. You kind of got a spinning top candle here, so that's kind of a 50-50 candle, not really giving you too much information. So I'd like to see that J shape really start to take place out of GameStop. Okay, that's kind of, I mean, you can see it here. You can see it here. So just continuation of this, kind of rounding out this bottom, starting to push back up. As far as AMC goes, shout out to my buddy Bronx Viking in my Discord. He was talking about how weekly we just got last week the 9-day EMA crossed over the 21, and the last time that happened was back here in January. Also, too, like I tweeted out, we've got, go back in here to the daily, but we officially today had the 20 EMA. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. That wasn't the EMAs. There we go. There's the EMAs. But you can see in here today, we officially had the 20-day crossed over the 200. We have the 50 right at the 100 if we get upside tomorrow. So the 50 days at 1712 right now, the 100s at 1714. So this is going to trigger some of that, you know, algorithmic buying, if you will, as these EMAs really start to cross over. The big one is going to be when the 50 crosses over the 200. So as you can see, there's still room for pullback. So even if we did have a day, you know, where we came back here, you know, there's still room to pull back to about 20 or so. But then we just, like I said, we want to keep, I mean, this is just a perfect example right here of that J shape that I'm talking about. Kind of make those rounded bottoms and then push back up. That's what we're looking for. So today we kind of finished off with another, not quite a big hammer. You know, if anything, it's closer to more of a doji style candle. But what I did really like is we got the continuation from Friday, just like I said we were going to. The way Friday ended carried over into Monday morning. We gapped down. And then we had a push up. I was telling the Discord here, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if we just push back up, fill the gap, and then it shoves us right back down. But what did happen is you can see here that we're still kind of holding this uptrend. So as of right now, we are still kind of making some higher lows. Now, only thing we want to see is we want to start, you know, seeing some higher highs that go along with it. But the way it closed today, so, you know, when we got the push-ups, we got good price action. But then at the top, once again, you got a lot of long wicks at the top and at the bottom, a lot of indecision right here, and then shoved back down once the bears took control. So then we got a nice little push-up at the end of the day. These are some pretty good little momentum candles here. I expect continuation into tomorrow. So coming out of the gate, you know, pushing up here to around 25 or so. Yeah, right around 25 or so is what I'm anticipating. Also, too, you had right towards the end of the day, which I think we'll probably get first thing in the morning, is going to be the 9's going to be crossing over the 21. As you can see what happens when the cross down happens, and you can see what happens typically when the cross up happens. So I'm definitely looking for continuation today. A lot of really strong volume right there towards the end of the day. It reached a high of 24.46 before getting shoved down. You can obviously see right here, you know, at the gap, we've got rejection, one test, two test. So even if it came out tomorrow morning and, you know, kind of had to do little mini curls up, I would be okay with that. But I'm anticipating a green day tomorrow. So if we want to look at just a couple of price targets of what potentially that could be, we can kind of use a fib extension here. So let me get rid of this here since it's all the same color. So 786, 2456. The one extension is 2495. That's going to be that $25 that I was talking about. A really good day would be the 1.618. You can see the resistance that's going to happen right up here, right at the 1.618 level. So that would take us up to about 26. So that's definitely possible. I would be surprised at that, but I would be okay with that. I think our most likely is coming up and at least getting to 25 tomorrow. Once again, it just all depends on how the day goes. So if we come up here at 25, we get kicked down, come back here to about 24.50, then we can kind of break through that. Then we'll have another little kickoff. And so, throughout the day, this here tomorrow's the 16th. So yeah, a really good day. I could see a push up to that 26. And then obviously we can all get real bullish again once we start, really looking at some of these, higher highs as of right now. So that'd be taking us up to about 27, give or take, tomorrow. And you can kind of see, we sort of started extending, trend lines out here. Obviously, that would take a while. I don't anticipate it, taking this long. But something like that, where it's just, we're going to do a little ping-ponging around here and then break out, retest, and then start to move up. So that could potentially happen this week up and through the 19th. So finishing this week up around 27 or so, give or take. I think that's very possible. Look for a push-up breakout. Couple other things I want to clear up. You can buy AMC and still get APE up and through the 19th. So that is going to be Friday this close. Whole lot of FUD going around saying today was the last day. Today was definitely the last day that it was guaranteed. So, just make sure you call your broker. But you are going to... I'm not going to guarantee. But I can almost promise you, I'm going to be like 99% sure that if you buy AMC, it just doesn't make any sense. What are you people going to do, right? People going to buy AMC the next 4 days and they're not going to get APE shares and their value is just going to be cut in half? No way. Come on. Let's use our brains here, people. So you are going to get APE shares, in my opinion, if you purchase anytime between now and the 19th. Also, too, people freaking out about options. Options are going to be adjusted. There's going to be the AMC ones where they are basically pre-APE, where they are basically factoring in AMC price and APE price, and then you're going to have just AMC options after that. So don't freak out if you have options. Me, personally, I am only carrying shares in through the 19th. I opened up some options today. That I alerted in my Discord. I opened some options today, but I will not be carrying anything other than shares through the close on the 19th. Okay? So, try to keep this video nice and short. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow. I definitely see continuation into tomorrow. We didn't quite come down as far as I was hoping. I was hoping for somewhere between 20 to 22. To really just kind of cool off the RSI a little bit. Like I said, you need fuel for the big moves. So what I was hoping for was the 382, and we got close. Okay, I apologize. A 30-cent miss. Please don't crucify me over a 30-cent miss. But as you can see, we are finding. Whoops, scroll in here. But you can see, we're finding resistance at the 236. So once we get over the 236, then we can start, looking for highs again. And like I said, we would just want to see, good solid momentum candles. This is where I first, right here. So we had the big push down, then we got a hammer candle, big push back up. But then as you can see, weak price action at the 236. And right here, this is where I told my Discord that we're about to get a big push down again. We got pushed down again. And this is where I entered calls at the end of the day. So looking for continuation. Would love to see, all the way up there to, the 27 or so. Let's look at it from a little bit more macro point of view. Sorry, I always say that's pretty much it, and then I'll just kind of keep doodling and finding stuff. So yeah, the 382 would be 25.97. 0.5 would be 27.58. That would pretty much be our double top area. The 0.618 would be 29.19. So, I mean, like I always say, volume is king. With volume, all things are possible. But like I said, at the end of the day, things look great right now. I expect, I expect continuation. That's what the chart is showing me, kind of playing out this right here. So saw the retracement that I hoped for. Not quite as low. In fact, let's go out here to the daily. Let's see if we've got, let's just check the RSI on everything. Make sure we got a little bit of room to run. Oh man, I've got to upgrade that. Every time I see that I go, dang it, I'm just going to upgrade it. And then I never do. Yep, there we go. Okay. So yeah, the RSI is still sitting right at the top of that overbought area, right at 70. So I mean, there is room to push up from here. But like I said, I was kind of hoping for a whole day Monday where we finished, right around that 22 area and get the RSI back down in here into around like 60 or so. But I'll take it, right? I'm always good for that. Let's see here, what's the 4 hour looking like? 4 hour looking like. It's got a little bit of room. That looks good. 63. 1 hour. Nice. And this is what you want to see, with good solid strength. Came down here right around this 50, 45 area and starting to curl back up. So the bulls were kind of like, once that RSI cooled off a little bit, they decided to step back in. And that's what you want to see. Yep, 15's got room to run. So, yeah, I definitely anticipate continuation into tomorrow. Like I said, I expect maybe around the 26 range. A perfect world, we're going to be testing the top of this trend line. But that's what we got to break if we want to see continuation. We got to get over that 27.50. All right? That's going to be everything for today, my friends. Once again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please follow me on Twitter. Let's get over 24,000 of you awesome followers here soon. And I'll see you soon. Right? It's like 10:45 my time. So I'll see you here in just a few hours. Have a great evening, my friends.